students, welcome back to this video. This is a positive card. Chase your dreams, but make sure you don't find any shortcuts. Okay, come back to the topic. The lesson chemical messages for homeostasis. In this lesson, we are studying about the endocrine glands and the hormones produced by these glands and its roles in our life activities. See, today's session we are going to study about pituitary gland and hormones produced by these glands, then hypothalamus and what are the hormones produced by this hypothalamus, and the last one is sex hormones. Yes, these hormones are produced by sex organs which are present in males and females. Let us see what are the hormones produced by these glands. The location of the pituitary gland, it is present behind the hypothalamus. First of all, we are going to study about the hormones which are produced by the pituitary gland. In order to understand that, we should know the structure of the pituitary gland. It consists of two lobes. One is anterior lobe and the other one is posterior lobe. What is the role of these two lobes? First of all, we can see the function of the anterior lobe. Anterior lobe produces various kinds of hormones. Some of them are tropic hormones, namely thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, gonadotropic hormones. Let you know what is tropic hormone or stimulating hormone. Other than this, the other hormones are growth hormone and prolactin. So first we are going to study about the growth hormone or somatotropin. Growth hormone is otherwise known as somatotropin. Growth hormone, otherwise known as somatotropin. Function of the growth hormone. Actually, this is the hormone that works behind the growth. Then, name of the hormone is somatotropin. During the growth phase, the production of the somatotropin is more. That condition is known as gigantism, excessive growth. During the growth phase, the production of this hormone is less. That causes a condition named dwarfism. Then, what happens after the growth phase? If the production of the somatotropin is excessive, in that case, we can see the symptoms. Growth of bones which are present in the jaws, fingers and face, and that leads to a condition that is named acromegaly. Anterior lobe of the pituitary gland produces various kinds of hormones such as thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, gonadotropic hormone, growth hormone and prolactin. We have studied the function of growth hormone or somatotropin, that is completed. And next, the function of the prolactin, that is secreted by anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, and its function is production of milk. Production of milk. So that's all about this prolactin and somatotropin. Then what about these hormones? Thyroid, number one, thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, and the third one is gonadotropic hormones. You can see the function of these hormones. Means thyroid stimulating hormone that stimulates thyroid gland. Then adrenocorticotropic hormone that stimulate adrenal cortex. Then gonadotropic hormone that stimulate the function of sex hormones, or that stimulates testis that is present in the male and the ovary which is present in the female. Since their functions means these TSH, ACTH and GTH stimulates the other endocrine glands. They are known as tropic hormones. They are known as tropic hormones. From here, it is clearly understood the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland controls the other endocrine glands such as thyroid gland, adrenal cortex and gonads. And the hormones are named as tropic hormones. So, the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland produces these hormones. Pituitary gland possesses two lobes, anterior lobe and posterior lobe. The role of the posterior lobe we can study later. So, the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland produces these hormones TSH, ACTH, GTH, somatotropin or growth hormone and prolactin. Out of these, TSH, ACTH and GTH are known as tropic hormones. Why? They are known as tropic hormones because that stimulates thyroid gland, that stimulates adrenal cortex, that stimulates gonads. So an example, thyroid stimulating hormone controls thyroid gland. So what are the hormones produced by thyroid gland? Thyroxine and calcitonin. Its production is controlled by TSH. Here you can see adrenocorticotropic hormone that stimulates adrenal cortex. So which are the hormones produced by adrenal cortex? Aldosterone, cortisols and sex hormones. Yes, then GTS that controls the testis and ovary. The hormones produced by the testis is known as testosterone and ovary produces progesterone. So its production is controlled by GTH. So these hormones controls the other endocrine glands. That's why they are known as tropic hormones. The next endocrine gland is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, its location is that is below the thalamus. It produces two hormones named oxytocin and vasopressin. The two hormones produced by hypothalamus, oxytocin and vasopressin. Actually, these two hormones are produced by the hypothalamus and it is stored in the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland. That is why I said to you, we are going to study about the role of posterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Means the main role of the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland is to store the two hormones named oxytocin and vasopressin, which are produced by the hypothalamus, that is stored in the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Then these two hormones are known as neurosecretory hormones. Why are they known as neurosecretory hormones? Because they are produced in the hypothalamus by the neurosecretory cells which are present in the hypothalamus, and also they reaches to the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland through nerve fibers. Then we can see what are the role done by these hormones. Oxytocin, first one, that facilitates childbirth. How? By contraction of the smooth muscles which are present in the uterus wall. So, it facilitates childbirth, first function. Then second function is also related to that. Actually, that is facilitate lactation for the child. So here we can remember one more hormone named prolactin. Actually, what is the role of prolactin? That helps for the production of milk, and that is produced by the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Then what about the next hormone named vasopressin? The other name of vasopressin is ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. The other name of vasopressin is ADH, anti-diuretic hormone. Abbreviation is ADH. What is its function? That helps to maintain water balance in our body, or reabsorption of water in the. What is the function of vasopressin? That helps the reabsorption of water in the kidney, or we can say that helps to maintain water balance in our body. Then how that process takes place? See this flow chart. This flow chart helps you to understand more about the reabsorption of water in the kidney, and that is done by the hormone vasopressin or ADH. Look here. Then normal level of water in blood. Whenever that increases, quantity of water increases in our body, the production of vasopressin decreases. So that decrease the reabsorption of water from kidney. So that what happened? More water eliminate from our body through urine. That means the quantity of the urine is increased. Then what about when the normal level of water in the blood decreases? That time production of vasopressin increases, so that in the reabsorption level is also increases, so that the urine is less amount of water only eliminated from our body. So whenever we require more water, means based on the climate, what about the rainy season and what about the summer season? Okay, then whenever this production of the vasopressin decreases, reabsorption of the water from kidney also decreases, so that excessive amount of water goes out from our body continuously. That condition is known as diabetes insipidus. See the spelling, insipidus. See, we have studied another term, that is diabetes mellitus. It is because of the less production of insulin. So this diabetes mellitus is different from diabetes insipidus. This is the condition in which more water is eliminated from our body through urine. It is because of the less production of vasopressin. And sexual characteristics. In males, the sex organ is named testis, and in females, that is sex organ is known as ovary. See, testis produce a hormone named testosterone. What are the functions? Two important functions are there. First one is the sperm production, and the second one is that controls secondary sexual characteristics. What are the secondary sexual characteristics found among boys? Formation of hairs, development of reproductive organs, then change in voice, etc. Then what are the functions of hormones which are produced by ovary? There are two hormones produced by ovary. They are estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen controls secondary sexual characteristics, then ovulation and menstrual cycle. Then progesterone controls ovulation, menstrual cycle, and one more is there, implantation of embryo in the uterus. So the two among males, testis is the sex organ that produce a hormone named testosterone, and among females, the ovary is the sex organ that produce two kinds of hormones. They are estrogen and progesterone. Next, we are going to study about the other two hormones which are produced by hypothalamus. Here you can see I have written one is releasing hormone and the inhibitory hormones. Earlier we have studied hypothalamus produces two hormones named oxytocin and vasopressin, and its function we have studied. Other than these two hormones, there are two more hormones produced by the hypothalamus. They are releasing hormone and inhibitory hormone. What is the role of this releasing hormone and inhibitory hormone? Releasing hormone stimulate the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. That means here, this is the anterior lobe. So, releasing hormone stimulate the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. So that what happened? So, this releasing hormone stimulate the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Thus, the production of tropic hormones are also stimulated, like TSH, ACTH and GTH. Okay. Don't you remember the tropic hormones which are produced by the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland? They are thyroid stimulating hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone and gonadotropic hormones. So when the releasing hormones stimulate the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland, the TSH, ACTH and GTS produced more. Then what about the inhibitory hormone? Yes, this inhibitory hormone inhibits the function of anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. That means TSH, ACTH, GTH, etc. not produced. That means there is a balance. Whenever these hormones are required, releasing hormone is ready to stimulate them. Whenever it is not required, the inhibitory hormones are there to inhibit them. So here, hypothalamus controls the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Thus, it controls various endocrine glands. That is why it is known as prime controller. That is why it is known as prime controller. So, here we have studied all kinds of endocrine glands which are present in the human body and its roles. Okay students, thank you for watching this video. Thank you.